Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion. Plays the Enter the Gungeon. I plays the Enter the Gungeon. I shouldn't do that probably, but anyway, I'm ready. Paradox Gunslinger. You know, yesterday was Thursday. I did a kind of solo casual NLSS. It wasn't really solo because we did have Mouth on. But in my defense, he told me if I didn't have him on, he would choke me out. That's not true, I just made that up. Okay, so Table Tech Stun is okay. And Shotgun Full of Hate is cursed, but at least solid. Anyway, the whole point of that weird start to this conversation was, should be flipping tables. I played Enter the Gungeon to start the stream yesterday, and we had a very, very good run. And I got the rat kill out of my system. I did much better at Punch Out than usual. And I am now ready. I know that, like, on this run we're not doing Punch Out, but that's kind of what I mean specifically, is like I don't feel the pull to do a rat run right out of the gate. Specifically because of the fact that I knocked it out yesterday. Okay, you understand? You should. It's not your fault. I explained it kind of badly. Now, I'm not mad, you know, I took some dumb damage and that's pretty much 100% my own fault, but, the starting pistol, this is it's the Marine starting pistol, I think, is pretty bad. We would definitely like to purchase a key, open some chests as soon as possible, but this is definitely a gluten-free run. It says GF on the package. GF means gun forcing. In this case, we could super afford to gun force, because Shotgun Full of Hate, let's just whip it out there. It's got a little poison associated. It might not be incredible, but it might be. To be honest, it's been a long time since I used it, but it should be more than capable of killing the boss, you know, without us being in too threatening of a position. My 2 cents on that subject right there. So we can GF this run. Thank you, by the way. Lots of feedback. Hey, NL, did you know starting pistols cannot find the secret room? See, that for me, I knew that starting pistols could not find the secret room. Where I got confused is I was like, I didn't make the connection that Blasphemy was a starting pistol, you know what I mean? Apparently it's actually just all guns with infinite ammo can't... Yo, watch out for the poison. All guns with infinite ammo can't find the secret room? Anyway, it's a relatively minor thing in the whole scheme of things, but what is mastery of a roguelite? Yo, Shotgun Full of Love? There's no way they don't synergize. Love-hate. Dude, let's look up that synergy. It looks like dual wielding. Shotgun Full of Love. The guns are dual wielded. I mean, that seems pretty solid to me, dude. We wouldn't mind going to the oubliette, but it doesn't matter. You know, like in the whole scheme of things. I mean, it matters if what we get on the oubliette is good enough to allow us to actually beat bullet hell. But remember, this is Paradox. You go to bullet hell, you beat the Lich, you respawn as the gunslinger, and then you beat bullet hell again. And I've definitely, I mean, I've screwed this up in just about every single conceivable way. Yo, that's like extremely worth opening. If there's only one key for sale, I mean, this is where you get into the tricky questions that make these games so much fun to talk about, right? Is a gold chest worth not being able to go to the oubliette? You could get something better on the oubliette. Are the odds there that we would get something better on the oubliette? I don't know, man. A gold chest is pretty good, but then it's like, you know, do you want a gold active or a gold passive? Sorry, I'm just trying to keep the water barrel alive. No. You don't get to shoot. You! Sorry, we have a poison pool, right? So, there you go. Didn't even think about that. Lucky us. So if we only have one shop available... No. One key, I mean. We have 2 keys available. We don't have the casings. Are you insane? Well, the blue chest we got for free. Get out of here. Yo. Thermal detonator, dude. It's not good, but I don't think it's horrible. Honestly, I think we should open the golden chest. Alright. Spice. Let's look it up. Make an informed decision. First use adds a heart container. Increases speed by 20%, decreases shot speed, increases curse, blah, blah, blah. Second use adds a heart container. Third use removes a heart container. On the fourth and following uses increase. Okay. How many times to use spice? I mean, it's a damage booster. First one is HP and speed. Second one is HP and firing rate. Third one is increased damage by 20%. So I think 3 is really good. 4 and up is maybe overkill. So that's 1. 3 is like, I would say looking at the numbers. And we might as well open our green chest now too, which is going to be a gun. Okay. I think it's a room clearer. Looking at the numbers, I would say that 3 is like demonstrably good. Like, not quite objectively. Yo, that was so bad. But pretty close to being objectively good. By which I specifically mean, you know, if you use it 3 times, what do you get? You get 1 HP upgrade total, you get a 20% damage boost, and you get a speed upgrade and enemy bullets become slower. 3 seems definitely like... I mean, it did cost us, you know, 3 drops at some point, but... And it also does give us curse, so there's a negative associated there. But I think that it could be worth it for us long term. So now after 2, we're 2 HP up. We could call it there. But I think, you know, I basically see the next one as like a blood shrine, and I will almost always do a blood shrine. So I definitely feel like we can afford to lose 1 HP to make our damage 20% higher. I don't really care about it being higher for, like, killing basic enemies. We shouldn't open that yet, because if it's a gun, we won't get a gun from the boss. The spirit of Austin is pulsing through my veins right now. Yo, this is very ammo inefficient. I hate to say it, but I might just use Marine Sidearm for now. This Marine Sidearm also sounds like one of James Bond's CIA partners. 007, this is Marine Sidearm. He definitely won't betray you at the end of the 2nd act, by the way. James, how naive. There are no borders anymore. There's only ideas. And you can't check for ideas like you can check for a passport. I actually thought I shot out rats there. Okay. So if we're not money poor, we might want to buy monster blood, but we do have to be very conservative or very conscientious of the fact that we have curse already. So getting more curse might not be wise. In fact, now that I've thought about it for 2 seconds, I'm like, let's not do that instead. Okay, so C4 truly does seem terrible. And I don't mean terrible like... I don't mean terrible like not good. I mean terrible like I would actually rather not use it than use it. The time it takes to use it seems like it's not worth it. The only thing I will say is I do think it's possible that maybe C4 could open secret rooms, in which case it might have a slightly more viable use. I do apologize, by the way. I would have loved to have made the oubliette, but... sad reality of the situation is if I played a little bit better on the first floor, I might have gotten the casings necessary to make the oubliette work. Your casings, or your drops are, they're influenced by the frequency that you get hit, right? The more you get hit, the less drops you get. Okay. Blue chest, brown chest. At least the brown chest is free. Dude, I gotta tell you, we're close to having a run that I would consider, like, very strong. Shotgun Full of Hate being dual-wielded with Shotgun Full of Love seems incredible. We just need an ammo-efficient room clearer, and or like to get one gun per floor good enough to use to clear rooms, and then, you know, drop it forever. But, what I was gonna say earlier, I don't think I finished my train of thought, but like a 20% damage bonus, sure, maybe like some enemies will die one shot faster, but like a lot of them are probably gonna die in the same number of shots. But no matter what, you're killing bosses like in 80% of the time that you otherwise would be. And you know, the less time you spend on the boss fight, the more likely you are to flawless it. The less HP you're gonna lose on it, even if you don't flawless it. You get the idea. Especially for these, like, super tanky sons of guns. I'm willing to go through the due diligence there. Okay. Very low casing run so far. We only spent 25 casings on the last floor. That's not enough to be like, you know, you reap what you sow. I mean, to be fair, if we had gone to the oubliette instead of opening the golden chest, we would definitely have more casings by the time we got to the second floor. However, we also wouldn't be on a spice run, so, you know, if you're enjoying the 6 HP and the comfort that gives, don't forget, the oubliette sacrificed itself to make that a possibility. Alright, I'm definitely ready. Please give me the Gorgon, Mermaid, Siren, etc., etc. No such luck. It's okay. We do Charm. That sucked. Didn't get hit, though. Just really trying to keep this dude from getting buffed. Should have just been firing the whole time, but we got him no matter what. Hey, dude, you know, sure, it could have gone better, but we didn't get hit against the Ammo Conda. That's a victory. Tommy gun. Not particularly good. But good enough to use for a floor, I think. Yeah. So we get a free brown chest. It's more spice, and this is the last spice. This will take our HP. That's the last one we're gonna use. If we get more spice in the future, we get more spice in the future. Okay, that's fine. I'm letting it go. The rat can take it if you want. What does every other spice give you? Remove a heart, increase damage by 15%, increases shot spread by 10%, and increases curse by 1. I think everyone past this point is like, it becomes non-conducive to victory. So, yes, it will probably, and forget about the other shop as well. It will probably cost us a lot of chests in the future, but hey, 20% damage boost, dude. Okay. So again, I don't worry about any bosses at this point. I know that we're gonna be fine as long as we have Shotgun Full of Love and Shotgun Full of Hate with some ammo. HP is still very good. Yeah, we gave some away, but it was... We stuck to our plan, you know? A failure to plan is a plan to fail, and we plan to succeed. Still waiting on the world's greatest room clearer. So this is the thing. Taking spice is one thing. You know, you can reason yourself in Gungeon about how you want to, how many you want to take. Maybe you want to, you know, if your HP grows, you want to take even more. Get 15% damage bonus. You know, it's nothing to sneeze at. However, I think we'll take ammo for the AC 15 for now. However, the other thing is that spice is obviously gonna take some chests away from you in the future. Why are you different now? Do you get different every floor or something? Or, you know, the more kills you get or the less you get used or something along these lines? I don't know. I'm gonna look it up. AC 15. Gun that becomes more powerful if the player has armor. If the player is armored, it fires fast, piercing, high damage blue bullets. Yo, that explains it. So this, as long as we have armor, this gun is actually very good. It turns out the reason, and it pierces as well. The reason I thought it sucked was because I was not using it properly. Okay. Dude, the wiki, so valuable. Who would have thought? So on this floor, we're still, I mean, dude, we can't rely on having armor forever. We especially cannot rely on having armor in bullet hell. Like, here's the thing. If I could play perfectly, I wouldn't need the strategy in the first place. So, I'm just, you know, I think I'm using my noggin effectively here. We still need better room clearers. They're fine for now, and in fact, the AC 15 is even better than fine. It's actually very good. Nah. But go, dude. By all means, you take the spice. See where your life ends up. Anyway, I didn't really finish my train of thought. It happens a lot. You get distracted by the, you know, patterns of bullets coming your way. What I was gonna say is the other thing you gotta keep in mind with spice is that it also does eat up some of the item pedestals for you. So is it even worth it to pick up the first one in the first place? I mean, I still think yes, but it carries a slightly more subtle cost. And that's not just an Anticon pun. Although, you know, kind of as well. It's a little bit of an indie rap flex. Due to the Dose 1 soundtrack, you know what I mean? Dose 1, kind of a pun in and of itself, right? I mean, what are you, 1 or Spanish for 2? Man, 1 key. What a bummer. Well, we're not gonna... Where the heck was our other... Oh, it's right there. Yeah, okay. We're not gonna open our chest yet. We're gonna, you know, try yet again for a flawless here. Cannon Balrog, also no joke. Hard second floor boss, hard third floor boss. I knew it. I felt like the anxiety level starting to creep up in the old noggin, and I was like, you should really use a blank. And I was like, no, you can see the bullets coming in. You don't have to worry about it. That's a bummer, but again, don't I mean, it's a mistake, but mistakes happen. You don't have to have a mistake-free run to beat bullet hell. Certainly wouldn't hurt. But life goes on. We're looking for a good gun. Dude, 2 keys. It's almost maybe worth more than the HP. I would describe it as not a good gun, necessarily, but it does, the armor is going to keep our AC pumping here, which is nice. And, okay, the D-pad. I still don't know if that's a good gun. This means you are going to be an active or a passive. You are a passive, that's +1 to gun. Sorry, +1 to bullet. Nothing. That's okay. It's a very speedy Gungeon run today. You know, it's not really my intention to finish the run in under 45 minutes, but when you don't go to the oubliette, it kind of happens. It's chamber 4. We're going to try the D-pad out. It shoots in all 4 directions, right? You know, it doesn't seem bad. One of the things that people have been commenting, NL, love the Gungeon episode. Let me stop you right there. Thank you. But then they say, NL, you should try using other guns. You shouldn't just tunnel vision on a few different guns over the course of your gameplay. I mean, I agree. I will say that a lot of the, you know, negativity on that stemmed from a couple of runs where I got the Blasphemy, like, right off the bat, and the Blasphemy is just, like, highly, extremely good, and you'd almost have to, like, inhibit yourself not to use an infinite ammo gun with high defense. So if anything, don't blame me, brother. Blame the game for having the audacity to give me that overpowered gun on 2 Paradox runs in a row. But I also understand in other situations where you're coming from. Ooh, nothing? Nothing? Am I losing my mind? We killed a boss and got no reward? Did I accidentally shoot the reward into the abyss? I don't understand. I mean, I'm not mad about it, but I was like almost on the verge of using blanks there. Evolver is pretty great. I'm very hesitant to buy guns from the shop directly. But anyway, I understand, but I also, you know, it's one of those things where I just want it to be known, not that it's like even a major controversy or anything, but I want it to be known that in context, it isn't that I just wanted to use one gun, it's that the one gun that we started with on the run is so incredible. Okay, challenge mode, I accept your challenge. So break these. I acceptable blank usage. What'd you give me? Laser sight. Works with Tommy gun. That's right, okay. Well, you know what? Why don't we look up the synergy on this? Tommy gun. Thompson, submachine gun. It fires lasers that do 6.5 damage instead of the normal 5 damage. Alright, I mean, why not? Almost, wasn't thinking this room through. I'm glad my brain saw fit to give me the keys before things got truly dangerous. You know what? I will open this. A synergy chest, I want it right away. Okay. I do like the Void Core Assault Rifle. Armored Core. Void Core Assault Rifle. Now let's see the synergy. Both guns gain increased fire rate and shot speed. Yo. So, increased fire rate and shot speed on the AC, as long as we have armor, this seems highly great. And you know, the Gun Muncher, we had some really good targets for it. And then we got synergies that made some of those targets a little bit less dispensable. Expendable, that's the word I'm looking for. Which is fantastic news. I mean, it means the synergies are good, but it also does mean you know, we gotta, if we're gonna use the Gun Muncher, we don't have to, but if we're gonna use the Gun Muncher, we gotta get some fodder for it. Not all synergies are great or, you know, created equal here, but I'm starting to think, you know, if I look at this run with a sober mindset, I would probably give us a 50% chance of beating the Lich right now. That might seem a little bit like an underestimate, but I mean, like, if not extrapolating the rest of the run, if you just put us on bullet hell right now, I would give, oh, dude, a golden casing? I would give us 50%. And that's pretty optimistic, I think. So when you consider that we got, you know, the rest of the items on this floor, you know, the rest of the items on the next floor, you could say the rest of the items on bullet hell, but let's be honest, you don't expect those to be that big of a deal for you. 6 HP is enough. You could always use more, so, like, definitely would not turn up my nose at getting at getting a flawless here. We only have one blank, because I used a blank on the challenge room, like some kind of scrub. In my defense, I think I would have been hit. Okay, so we got the floor. We got one more room. Let's get this figured out. Fourth floor bosses. Dude, you know, I love the kill pillars. I don't know what it is. The kill pillars are probably actually like maybe my third or fourth most flawless boss in the game. Even with relatively not that good runs, that boss, the patterns are like imprinted into my brain. I definitely flawless the kill pillars more than I flawless like Ammo Conda. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna get the keys. That's a no-brainer. Still kind of running through Evolver. Now let's think. I really don't think we have two guns that I want to get rid of yet. So, I mean, we're not gonna buy the Evolver yet. We have a key. I think we'll fight the boss first, even though we only have one blank, and just tough it out. Okay, it is the kill pillars, so time to put your money where your mouth is. I almost feel like maybe the AC is slightly better here. Could still do better on this fight by actually focusing a single target. I just kind of shoot into the chaos and hope for the best. We're out of shotgun full of love ammo too, so we only got one. Yo, this is still pretty good. Just gonna say we only had one shot coming out per time here. Dude, I don't know what it is. I mean, we didn't really even have to deal with anything there. I'm not trying to be braggadocious in the least. It was easy. And for all of our trouble, we got the Super Soaker. You know what that means, though. Okay, hold on. So shotgun full of love ammo, it is valuable, but I mean, I think the AC 300 is doing, or AC 15 is doing better for us. That's just my honest appraisal of the situation. Now, we'll go to the shop. Definitely feels like Blank City. Wow. Okay, I think we'll put the sniper rifle and the Mega Dowser in here. And then we're hoping for, I mean, a boss killer or a room clearer. I would take either right now. The Makarov, not really, you know, this isn't Escape from Tarkov. It's not really what I'm looking for right now. So I will open this blue chest. And dude, Scouter is cursed. But I'm willing to let it, I'm willing to percolate. And I think we will take the Evolver. I think it's actually well worth it. And I'm just hoping we're not aggressively cursed, because bullet hell will be a nightmare. Sorry, just finished my iced coffee. So the Evolver sorta sucks to begin with, but it gets very, very strong. And it actually doesn't take that long, I think. So like the amoeba shots, you know, obviously takes 10% of our ammo to finish off one room. Not that impressive, right? But now we're on Sponge. And I guess it gets full ammo on every level of complexity, too. I do think it is a jealous gun, though. So, like, if you use other guns, it devolves. I don't even want to talk about the fact that, like, I feel like this room's going insanely well right now. I rolled into the bullets! Dust them, Dad. No. Okay, I know, like, you're gonna make a skelly, but... Got him. Yo, huge room, dude. Now we got a tapeworm. Alright, that's like... one of the one of the strongest like rooms I've ever had in Gungeon, in my opinion. That was insanely good. Now, Tapeworm, like, is not the final level of this gun, but it's pretty good. Yo, this is a scary room for me, because I really, really don't want to lose armor. Our armor is so critical, because that's that's the snail level now. I'll just post up on this one. Without Shotgun Full of Love ammo, Shotgun Full of Hate is still fine, and I do think we could fight the boss right now, but I'm gonna do my due diligence. Shotgun Full of Hate is fine, but definitely like AC 15 is our room clearer for the time being. Or our boss killer, I mean to say. So there is one level past Snail, and it's like a dragon rocket launcher, if I remember correctly. I actually think it's arguable that the Snail might be better. So I'm pretty sure the dragon only has 50 ammo. It's very good, like from a discrete damage dealing standpoint, but despite its jealousy. Maybe it's not jealous at all. Dude, we totally could have popped the Makarov into the... Oh no, the Makarov is what came from the Gun Muncher. Would have been pretty impressive to put that into the Gun Muncher, considering it didn't exist yet. Okay, a green chest that's about to roll over. Honestly, though... Alright. So, here's what I thought. I thought maybe I could Shotgun Full of Hate... Too bad we didn't have the Super Soaker. I'll just write the comment for you. Oh, we get the weird, like, shark first. Okay. It's the tongue beam. Pretty strong, actually. Yo, not bad. I thought maybe we could get the puddle of poison to put out the fire before we had to deal with the fact that the chest, you know, would break, but didn't work out that way. See, this stage of the Evolver is actually, like, extremely good. Very nice, really appreciate the ammo drops. Because we might have to take a little bit more of, like, a cosmopolitan approach to, I heard 4, yeah. Might have to take a little bit more of a cosmopolitan approach to bullet hell, you know what I mean? You know, it might have to be planning, or what's the word I'm looking for here? Direction by committee. You know, I don't think we're going to have one gun we're going to be using consistently. I think we got to rely on our... Oh, now we got... Oh, it's 150 bullets, but still. So I actually... Yikes. I think we'll swap to the AC 15 for now. Because I think Dragon will be better on the boss. Moreover, if we actually, like, tactically let the gun devolve, it might become the Lickitung yet again. Go ahead. And I think that would be fine for the Dragon as well. So we don't have any keys. It's okay. There's been a very, very strong... I don't even want to say it's been a strong floor. It's been a strong few floors for us. Playing pretty well. We could get a better... could get a better spacebar item. Which, to be honest, pretty much it describes all of them up there. It's okay, Ruka. The run will be over soon. You have wet food in your dish, but I understand you want new wet food, because that wet food has been there for, like, you know, 8 hours. I don't want that old wet food. I think that cats feel the same way about slightly old wet food. that I feel about the way cat food smells at all times, which is that it's horrible. So, dude, I'm not going to take it. And you can call me a coward. If you want to call me a coward, go ahead and call me a coward. I think it's too much curse to make bullet hell conducive, even though the gun is pretty good. And if we're gonna buy, I think airstrike is fine. And I know we could maybe get something going with the cigarettes and get super cool, but I don't think the coolness matters that much right now. To be honest, I think, you know, with just bullet hell, we're kind of like, we're in survival mode. So here, just get in the corner. You gotta be mature about these things. Maybe it would have been better to not have to use a blank there, but I think we used our brain. A blank was relatively necessary to be used there. You know, I don't want to deal with that. And I don't think we're going to have to deal with these guys, so. Now, we still better off with the dragon here? I don't see why not. I do want to try something real quick. Okay, it does not kill bullets. Always learning. ABL. We're trying to learn. Even on wins, we want to learn. Especially on losses, we want to learn. Don't make me do one more. Thank you. Okay, so that's another flawless. Can't be too mad about the way that we played on this, right? I mean, that was not just a flawless. That was a flawless floor, which is, I mean, is an encouraging sign, right? So you do not have ammo for sale, which is what I wanted to see, but that's okay because we can take this and we'll roll AC 15 with a lot of armor around to protect it. And I think the first phase, you know, the Paradox style run, we've done pretty much everything we could have done to make bullet hell work. Now it's just a matter of, you know, don't let yourself get flooded. Make sure you're playing, you know, your game. And, I mean, we know how to fight enemies. Okay, that was a rude awakening, and we should not have been hit by it, but it's okay. I really think I'm surprisingly lucky with how little, get in the pit, brother. I think I'm surprisingly lucky with how little I've had to deal with jammed enemies in spite of having, I mean, we must be at least 2.5 to 3 curse up between 4 levels of spice, or 3 levels of spice, and scouter, and then maybe, you know, other stuff I'm forgetting about at the present moment. So the fact that we only have the occasional jammed enemy is good for a couple of reasons. One is, I now am like, I'm not so wary of curse, because I realize, you know, not all curse is created equal. And, I mean, the other one is hopefully obvious, which is just that I'm not fighting jammed enemies, which means my odds of living on this planet are much higher, because jammed enemies are a pain in the groin. Terrible dodge. Very lucky outcome. But I gotta tell you, if I'm the teacher, we're having a parent-teacher conference about my Gungeon performance today, I'm like, dude, you're crushing it. I think we've made smart decisions. You know, we used a variety of our guns. Strategically, we did smart things. Tactically, we did smart things. You know, we're executing roles as necessary. That was a very smart blank. It's one of those situations for me I definitely think you'd rather blank than lose armor just to make sure that AC 15 keeps being the robust room clearer of your dreams. And I would do it again in a heartbeat. I would blank there again 10 times out of 10. Maybe could have used the explosion to not have to blank, but like from airstrike, but I gotta be honest, airstrike was pretty much something I added to this run just because we had money and not much else to buy, and it was like an obvious upgrade to what we were currently using. I don't actually think it's particularly good, I mean, basically at all. You're a mimic. You're not a mimic. That's my mistake. How embarrassing. Boy, you don't want to, hey, that's... Oh, how far along are you? I'm not pregnant. Ooh, yikes. Austin, that's not a mimic, that's my mother. Yo, I think we're on a good path. Assuming, yeah, there's a door at the top of this one. This is like, you know, you don't really want to do many rooms on bullet hell, but in its own way, the more rooms you do in a path, you're like, okay, we're set. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, this guy, he's really got to go first, to be honest. I have no, like, designs on keeping AC 15 alive for the whole floor. I mean, it's probably not going to be horrendous. Well, it'll probably actually be pretty bad. If we let it not have armor left. I almost froze up on that one. I felt the freeze. But, you know, I mean, we're almost out of ammo for it. It's kind of like the dream scenario, right? If we can use this gun till it runs out of ammo, what more could we ask for? No, thank you, sir. I'll have you know, I know my limit and I stay within it. Don't touch this stuff. Nah, 3 is my limit and a glass of water between each one. One shot. Okay, what comes next? Actually felt like the D-pad was okay. But, you know, maybe we'll use the Void Core Assault Rifle. I don't think it's fantastic, but it's relatively fast. It has a damage boost from the fact that we... Yo, this is gonna stink. It has a damage boost because of the fact that we have the other assault, the AC-15. So the AC-15 just continues to pay dividends, even after we're not specifically using it to accomplish anything here. I'm calling it right now. This is like actually, legitimately, the strongest bullet hell floor I've ever played. Hey, before you make your home in bullet hell, maybe consider getting yourself some fire immunity. Just a thought. So I just wanted to peep. Okay, we still have the Dragon version of the Evolver. Doesn't bother me. I think that's good for probably 2 phases of the Lich fight. Maybe longer, you never know. We have so much HP. The Lich fight is really... I have one sticking point on the Lich fight. I mean, I'm sure you're aware. The second phase of the Lich fight is where I use all of my blanks. Pretty much every time. It doesn't mean we're perfect on the other phases, but it does mean, you know, like the first phase, second phase, doesn't really concern me that much from an HP standpoint. Sure, I'll probably, you know, get hit once or twice each, but I wouldn't bet the farm on those being the real problem. Look at that, dude. So if we can just get through phase 2 as quickly as possible, that's the real thing we want to knock out. Nah, that's not a problem at all. Phase 1, money in the bank. Easy. Okay, no problems there. Still got 93 ammo left. Pretty much, unless we have a complete collapse, this is probably gonna go down as like the greatest individual, like my skill level on this run is higher than I've ever seen before. And, you know, can't complain about the strategy either once you consider, you know, like, we chose what felt to be a comfortable level of spice. Oh, baby! I said to myself, we're above that level. We don't need to use blanks on phase 2 anymore. All you gotta do is walk in a circle. All you gotta do is walk in a circle. Now, I don't care if we flawless Lich, okay? Okay. It matters to me 0%. Would be nice, of course. But that's not what we boot up Gungeon for. We boot up Gungeon. We boot up Gungeon to learn. We boot up Gungeon to play. And we boot up Gungeon to flawless the Lich without using a single blank. For now. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the run. I'll be back for my 3rd attempt to make the gunslinger work. If you enjoyed it, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Subscribe if you want to see more in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. See ya.